We're only doing one episode a week now, guys, for the time being.
Yeah, I think we'll probably give it a time limit, right? Like maybe like we do like 2 months of streamings or whatever.
We say that every time, and then we just do it whatever.
And then we just do whatever we want.
So
yeah, that's fair.
For the time being is all I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, for the time being.
Yeah, no, for the time being, we are going to do our regular anime podcast every Tuesday, and then stream every Tuesday as well. So
yeah,
that's gonna be Tuesdays will be our big drop days, which I don't know how that's gonna change for us. Maybe we do drop it on Wednesday or Monday or something, but
yeah, we can figure that out.
We can actually drop it on Friday, I guess, and then and that way we would do. We haven't decided yet. Well, you'll find out next episode, I'm sure. But yeah, things are shaking up again. The real thing that you guys need to do is make sure you stop by while we're streaming.
Make sure you do it.
Twitch and YouTube, links in the Instagram if you want to check it out. If not,
I think right now we're just doing YouTube. We're trying that out. We're getting that nailed down, and then we're gonna try to do both.
Yeah. So if you follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube, which I think there's about 30 of you guys, like awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Share it with your friends. If you don't, go over there, do that, and then we'll notify you on YouTube also when we go live.
Yeah, come hang out. I mean, no pressure to talk to us or give us any like tips or whatever. Just come hang out and watch us and play and laugh and cry with us. And we love you guys.
Yeah, Joel and I are going to be working through, for right now, old horror games.
Yeah.
And so the first one we're going to do is actually one of From Software's older games. This is pre-Miyazaki, but the team is still there. I think most of the team is still there. So it's called Kuon, Kuon.
Yeah.
Not to be mistook for Kuon from Bluelock.
Right.
That guy's a dirty cheater.
As a dirty cheater.
But it's Kuon. It's a survival horror game, much like Resident Evil, but it's in the heart of feudal Japan, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it the time frame?
That's the time frame.
So it's a bit different than the American mountainside of the Arklay Mountains, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it looks like, dude.
It looks like fire.
I'm just kind of excited because it's also from Software, and like, I don't know. The fact that they made a horror game is very exciting to me, even though I know the main visionary isn't the same. But
I'm sure
it's like a Dark Souls.
There's still going to be traces of the quality in there, I think. Mm-hmm. Probably not to the same standard that Miyazaki has on his team nowadays.
Yeah.
Them being, I guess, one of the biggest studios, or one of the most prolific studios in the world now because of Elden Ring. But
yeah.
Dude,
speaking of,
which just announced DLC.
So what are your thoughts? I don't understand.
All I've seen is one thing.
Okay.
That is just a field of leaves.
Yeah.
And then a black Erd tree.
Yeah.
So first thought is, well, they're going to do a time thing again because that's what From Software does with every single one of their DLCs.
Okay.
Every single DLC by From Software.
Did Dark Souls 3, was it time-based?
Dark Souls 3 was, because
it was a painting, which is whatever. I don't know.
Time did change at one point when you touched the egg. But
the egg?
When you go to fight Gale and you're going to Gale and like the whole place fast forwards to like a wasteland.
That's fair.
So I guess there's that. I don't know. Maybe not so much. And Dark Souls 2, I guess, is debatable, right?
Yeah, I don't think that goes. I think that's not.
Is that just different locations?
I think it's different locations.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong there. But Bloodborne's is back in time or forward in time. I can't tell. I think it's back in time. Dark Souls 1 is obviously back in time. That's the prolific one. Dark Souls, well, that's all of them, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
All of them.
What about Sekiro's DLC?
Sekiro doesn't have any DLC. Sekiro was under a contract deal with Activision, and I don't think it sold well enough for Activision to want to do.
Those bastards.
I mean, it's sold. That's my guess. This is a butthole theory. This is nothing. All I'm saying is I think that Sekiro didn't sell like they wanted it to, which it still sold well, from what I understand. But it probably didn't sell like they wanted it to, and so they didn't allocate any resources in the contract for DLC in the future, I'm guessing. We'll see. But Sekiro having no DLC after 4 years is pretty sad. Yeah, no,
it's probably not going to happen. But, and let's say like remaster it or something like that, which 4 years, to be honest, I feel like is way too soon to do that.
No, they're not going to remaster it. Yeah, I think they might do I don't even think they're going to do a next gen patch for it. I think it's done. It's just
it makes sense that it would be done.
Those games don't come out in an unfinished state though. They come out pretty solid. So
I was going to say it still looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah, I don't know, man. It got me excited. Yeah. I can't wait for more DLC and. From the rumor mill, so not right now because now they've for sure come out and said yes, we are having a DLC. But there's been a few people I've been following and I can't remember their names that have talked about some of the dev notes that people have found and other things, and that there for sure like is going to be like a legacy dungeon, if not 2 legacy dungeons and more, and more like fields and I'm sure dungeons and shit and
I heard it was 1 big area.
Yeah.
1 to 2 legacy dungeons, bunch of new weapons, a few new weapon types,
and
then a bunch of bosses, like bunch of bosses. I think it was 19 bosses total.
That's a lot.
But that's not 19 new bosses. That's just 19 bosses.
I mean, that's a good point. It's not 19 new bosses.
I was going to say,
19 new bosses.
If it's going to follow the pattern of Elden Ring, I'm assuming it's going to be like 4 new bosses, 5 new bosses, and then 14 or 15 repeats.
In a small area, it doesn't do.
I mean, it's going to be like the size of. It was like the size of.
You think it's going to be the size of the entire.
Like Caelid or like Limgrave or like probably not as big as Liurnia.
But the thing about it, in Caelid, I feel like the most repeated bosses, they always put them in different areas.
There's like 20 bosses in Caelid though.
Yeah, but like which ones are the same? I don't think any of them are the same. I think that they're spread out again, like through different regions.
But this is another region, so they would spread out more here. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I mean, not a critique on the game so much as just like
a good point. I'm an idiot.
Don't go in there with too high expectations, looking for 19 new bosses when you might fight another Black Knife assassin.
Do you think we could
fight another Stone Digger troll?
Oh, dude, you know what'd be cool is if like a boss was just like the Elden Beast again.
I think they would do that, honestly. There would be a jail with the Elden Beast in it.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Or a jail with Mikola in it. That'd be way cooler.
You know what'd be really cool is if it just brought back every single boss reimagined from all the games that they've ever made.
But actually not. It's just the fat demon from Dark Souls 2 in the windmill. It's just that thing over and over again.
That'd be sick. Every enemy is
what's that one called? The Starve? No, it's what's that guy called?
I don't even remember.
I can't remember his name. He's Gluttonous Demon. He's such a bad boss.
The Gluttonous Demon, yes. Not a great boss. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm excited. I want to see more about it.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm excited if it adds like cool new lore.
I really hope it's not like going to be like in a year though. I really hope it's like sooner than that because like this is DLC, not even the main game, you know. But it's also been already a year since release.
But that's like normal
for DLC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like that for sure is normal, unless you're talking about like cosmetics.
I mean, I think Dark Souls 2 had all of its DLC out by the first year, or the first year and some change maybe. Bloodborne had its out. I think Bloodborne had its out after 7 or 8 months, maybe 9 months. I think Dark Souls 1 was probably almost a year though.
Okay. I just mean games in general. I feel like
in general 6 months is kind of like the point where you want to get DLC.
Interesting.
Because you want to retain attention somehow, you know.
Yeah.
Not like Call of Duty is for like map packs, which isn't really like a good comparison. No. But those come out, you know, months after.
Yeah.
A couple months after.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's comparable though, which is like all I can think of is like Bloodborne, and that was within the year. It was before a year. Anyways, we could talk about video games all day if we want.
We could.
We're not.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We should talk about anime.
Let's do it, man.
Let's talk about some good ass anime this week, dude.
Yeah, man. Every single show sucked so much.
Every single show hit it out of the park this week. Every single show. No, like My Hero came back in such a powerful way this week.
It really did.
Just Bluelock started its new match. Like Tomo got real serious. Buddy Daddy got like kind of depressing.
Yeah.
So yes, everyone went off really hard this week, and everyone did great. That's all I'm going to say up front. But everyone did great.
Everyone did great.
Yep. Tomo-chan.
Tomo-chan.
You're reading Tomo, right?
I'm reading it.
Okay. I'll get the comments ready.
Oh, sorry, everybody. All right, Tomo-chan. Tomo-chan, episode 8. The night of the summer festival / the distance between them. Tomo asks June, thank you, to the summer festival, but just, I knew you did that for me. Tomo asked June to the summer festival, but just them two, or just the two of them.
Oh, it's June. Oh, I put Jim. Huh?
Jim accepts. Oh, no, but June accepts, but mostly because he wants to sort out his feelings for Tomo. They have a good time mostly, and then watch the fireworks. Tomo elects to not confess her feelings to June yet.
Jim
it just like autocorrects because it's man. You meant Jim because you probably typed Jim more than June.
And I said it says June later in this. So
Misuzu is targeted by the 5 bullies. Carol gets wrapped up in it as well, and the two have to hide. Tomo and June rescue them. There's a lot to discuss about Misuzu's feelings in this episode, and I'm not sure if we're officially ever told this, but Carol is now dating.
Sorry.
Dating
so many
that blonde dude.
I got so many spelling. That was a great moment.
Tomo's senpai.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. I don't know if it's important.
I don't know if it's important either, but probably is because he's probably character number
4.
or
our 5th character. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because June. Yeah.
This episode. So the first half, right?
Let's go to the first half.
Oh, the first half.
I go second half. No, just
is so June's. The line about June trying to sort out his feelings. He doesn't actually know what the feeling is, and so he's going out to try and figure it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you thinking this is it crushing? Is he crushing on her? Is that what he's trying to figure out? Is he hot for her? Like,
I think
what do you
that
think
maybe the feelings are starting to catch up.
Like
to
love?
Him.
Maybe?
Well, I mean, they've shown us enough. Like, for sure, he loves her.
Well, they went into his mind when he heard her say that. I can't remember if it was this segment or the next one, but there was that flashback he had where it was like, she couldn't have meant that, could she?
Yes.
You know?
And I think that was this one.
Oh, okay. And so like that's like, but then again he goes, but then again or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well he's seriously already considering it.
How cool is it that they brought that back?
I just didn't,
and it was this fast.
I just didn't think the anime would get this far ever.
So, dude, I don't know. Like, it's exciting, but it's good. It's confusing knowing how many chapters there are. I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be more. But I'm kind of on the side that this anime could be a love triangle between
I think Masuzu. I think it was like firmly crushed that Masuzu was not into Tomo.
Not into Tomo?
Yeah. Fully
I feel like it was fully crushed the other way.
Yeah. I mean, there's a comment from Masuzu in this bit where she goes, I didn't think that fully when I first instructed her, but then she took it seriously. And then she goes, but now I need to take it all the way. And to me, that came off as very resolved.
Well, take what all the way?
Like them dating, like them together, like them.
But the reason why she's doing that is, so this is what I'm saying. I think that it's kind of like I have a crush on you, but you've kind of had a crush on him. And so I'm almost like, killing off my feelings for you to go to be with this guy, and what she's regretting is doing that instead of her maybe confessing feelings or maybe her becoming the person of more affection from Tomo. And then with what it's happened, she's like, I can't be feeling this anymore. I'm going to push them 100%. That's what I got from that because of the previous episode, which I feel like even 2 episodes ago, I think have back to back have kind of alluded more and more to there's feelings from her. I don't know what they are. I'm not saying they're necessarily romantic or whatever, but
I think there's feeling. I don't think they're romantic. That's the thing. Is I think she firmly cements herself as the best friend in this episode. Like she even quotes herself as like, that's not something I should have been so curt or short with as her real best friend.
Yeah.
And to me that really, if you're going to identify yourself that way, that kind of cuts against you trying to foreshadow a relationship, unless you're going for someone to hang out in the friend zone. But I don't believe that Masuzu is romantically interested in Tomo.
Interesting.
I don't think the show's gotten there. And I don't.
We'll see. We'll see next episode.
The other question that I have though is that Carol's got her romantic interest, this weird senpai, right?
Yeah.
Tomo's got her romantic interest, Jun, and Masuzu is firmly in the middle with no one. So there is the question of, is she actually into Tomo? But then leaves you to the question of, was that just mean Masuzu gets to butt in with the awkward bromanship, the bros forever of Tomo and whatever you want to call it, is that Tomo, how does that work out? I don't think it does. I think Masuzu has to eventually get her own romantic interest, or just not being interested in that.
I think it would be the orange-haired pervert kid. Remember him? Because he's randomly there, and the dodgeball thing was still one of the funniest things when he's just like, Masuzu, look at me, and he gets hit, and then Carol's just like, hey, that boy was doing that to you, and she's like, oh, I didn't even see.
Yeah.
It's just like, gosh dang it. So I don't know. I feel like they could do something like that. So if they want to go comedy, that's what they do. Because their personalities are so different, and so that would be funny.
Yeah.
And so then you get funny. I think all of the relationships are cute and funny. So
sure.
That would be cool. But then if you want to get serious, I do think that she likes Tomo because that adds a different depth and it adds different questions, especially if Tomo is also somewhat reciprocative of it. Like if she wouldn't have any issues with it, then it's like you're like, okay, like I don't know. Like it's just an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it would work. I don't know if it would be a good story. I'm saying it would be an interesting idea that I don't know if I've seen done before. And this show is kind of highly regarded, and some people are saying they're totally into each other. And sometimes I feel like those people are manga readers, but I don't know.
You
know, it has a lot more to the story.
So
this
I
can't
think
just be
if Misuzu is going to become the romantic interest for Tomo, that means I think to get to that point, they'd have to work through all the June stuff. They'd have to work through like what that friendship looks like, and then they'd have to close that out and then move to Misuzu, because they laid the entire foundation of Tomo-chan Is A Girl, of trying to be a girl for June.
That is true.
Like
she
the entire
is the main
show,
character. And
right. The entire show is built off of Tomo-chan trying to get June's attention romantically.
But what if it's...
I mean, it might, but...
What if it's a good titling because it distracts you from what he's actually doing?
I'm not saying it can't be that. What I am saying, though, is that the show so far has built itself in this way along this storyline. And for it to deviate over to Misuzu as romantic lead it would need to happen like in a second arc or something, or like way later on. It's just it's too much of a shift in the tone of the show, I think. To change your romantic lead or interest like that. I'm for it if it's done well too. It's like I'm not like
I know I'm with you.
Not close off the idea.
It has to be done well, and it's it's definitely.
I just think it's not gonna. It doesn't make sense if it goes there, as so much to me. In a 12 episode run with a show, it's already built itself in the last 8 episodes to be all about Tomo and June. Although Tomo electing to not tell June the next bit, that whole conversation she has in her head is very interesting.
Yes. Also, I want to say this. Thank you, Tomo-chan. You are one of the best romance animes that has come out, I want to say, maybe since Golden Time or Your Lie in April.
No,
and this is why. No, this is why. I don't know. I haven't really seen a ton, so maybe there's more. I think was the one with the Is Love. It's just ended.
Kagura's War.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. Everyone says it's like top tier. But what I'm saying is this. You put the festival in the middle instead of at the fucking last episode, like every romance comedy does. I am so fucking tired of festival episodes being the last episode.
Like what was the boyfriend or stepmom?
The stepmom one. There was I think 2 or 3 animes that we had watched that were slice of life. I think Como does this too. For at least the part 1. Komi. What did I say?
You said Como. I don't know what Como is. You mean Komi though, right? Okay. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I know what you're talking about. That's it. Was Miracle-chan at all like that? Did it have a festival? It did have a festival.
Yeah, Miracle-chan had a festival too.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's just one of those things.
My Hero had a festival in season 3.
My Hero.
4?
5?
Sorry, season 4.
No, it's just a thing where it's like a lot of times they end on that, and you're like, okay,
it's like a closer.
Yeah, and so I was so thankful because I was telling Stephanie from like the little the OP, like they show them running together in like with fireworks, and I'm like, if this is the last episode, I'm gonna
like some
random, fucking hate this.
Like halfway outro, like a mid-season ending. Yeah, that'd be terrible.
But so I'm like, cool, yeah. So, thank you. And anyone who listened to me, I want you to recommend me some good Vako. Anyone else, just send me some good romance manga or anime.
I can send you a couple more too.
Can you really?
Yeah. So I'll send you a few more later. So that's
is it what's the one you're reading right now?
Shemo?
Yeah, it's pretty romantic.
I don't know if it's animated.
I'm kidding. It's super romantic, if you know what I mean. I had to stop reading that.
I don't know why. I told you.
You're a bad boy.
I told you straight up what that.
You're a bad boy for reading it.
It's not clean. It's very M-rated, very mature.
Yeah.
It tones down a bit after the first bit, but
does it? Because when he's out of prison. Spoiler alert.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the first bit.
And it's worse almost.
The point when he gets set up as a hooker. That's after that it tones down a bit.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now it goes a bit dark again later on in that area, but it's
okay. It's okay. Let's not spoil the whole entire thing in case anyone wants to read it.
No, that's the first like 80 chapters, 70 chapters out of 300
that's still
something.
A lot. That's still a lot.
I'm not saying it's not. What I am saying is that's the first quarter of the story.
Right.
Not even the
I hear you.
Like it's barely into the first arc.
Yes.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. The second segment, though, I think we got to talk about this.
We got to talk about that.
So the only really crazy important thing I think that really happens.
Well, those bullies come back, right? And they just dick around with Misuzu.
Yes, there's that. But let's start off with So let's start with Misuzu.
Okay.
I guess we don't need to talk too much about Tomo's head conversation with fireworks. Basically, she just doesn't want to pursue it yet because she doesn't know what she wants.
Well, yeah. So they had an amazing time that night, and so she's like, "This feels nice. Like we're friends, but we're also." She's like, "We've been best friends forever. She's like, I think she's starting to feel somewhat of a spark. Like he's looking at her differently and somewhat, and like being awkward. And even though she's kind of dense, I feel like her friends have told her enough times to like kind of, hey, it is changing a tiny bit. So maybe she's kind of starting to believe it too. Like kind of like she's having his doubts that he doesn't see her as a girl anymore, and he's having her doubts or his doubts that she didn't mean it.
Right.
You know, or meant it. I mean,
yeah.
So I think that's kind of how that ends, and then we're kind of left with what's going to happen, maybe.
Yeah. So now we're on like the next day, I'm guessing, or it's after the next segment is like directly after, right?
Yes.
Okay, I would assume so.
I don't know if it's the next day, but I mean like after the thing.
But this is like Misuzu's chunk. Like this is mostly about her,
right.
And like it's all about. And I think if we were going to get spoiled on her as a romantic interest, it would have been this episode.
But that's what I'm saying. You're taking what she said as not romantic, and I for sure am taking it like it's romantic.
Because to me, it just felt like she was disappointed in herself
for
putting Tomo on this path.
On this path to date him,
not regretting, disappointed because she didn't do it full-heartedly. That's what it felt like to me. Because she wished she had been a proper best friend in it. That's what she says. So this whole episode is a vehicle to kind of discuss.
I'll watch it again. I don't remember the proper best friend thing.
Yeah, it's pretty early on. It's when she's in the classroom looking back at them.
It's different.
So it's very early on, but in that segment. But so bullies go after Misuzu because she's not Tomo, right. She's not June. So Misuzu's walking alone. Carol gets in this somehow.
Just gets roped in.
Yeah, but also has a taser. Like,
yeah, and I love how she tased the guy and then they're just like run.
And then she has a rubber glove too, like a rubber glove for the taser. So she's like prepared and equipped to use this thing.
Dude,
and then falls in her freaking face.
Becoming a great character.
She's becoming a great character, but she falls in her face into the mud, gets really dirty. They run into a warehouse, which this warehouse has significance. We don't know it yet.
Or do we?
Do we know it? Is this where June and Misuzu like first met or something? Like, it seems like
it wasn't happening.
Misuzu brought her and Carol to this place intentionally, and then had called June and Tomo to come help him, or June, but Tomo jumps along anyway.
Does she say where they are? Just say, "Help me."
I mean, she told him. I'm sure she told him. It was an abandoned abandoned factory warehouse or something like that. She said that in the phone call. But June comes, they win. All that happens. They get away. Like all of this that happens in the episode is kind of just a vehicle for us to see into Misuzu's mind. And to me, it really feels like she's the main character and not Tomo, because nothing's happening really without Misuzu kind of orchestrating it right now.
Right.
Like Misuzu said, "Hey, I'm gonna dare you to go. You have to go take Jin to the festival."
Mm-hmm.
Misuzu's like, "Hey, we're gonna get you new clothes." Misuzu is literally doing everything, and like after this, all I got from it mostly was like, "Damn, this should be more Misuzu than Tomo right now."
Well, again, I think the title could be a total misdirect, which is fun. I mean, again, that's like a really good idea.
We get an episode all about Carol when it's just quiet. Because her mind is nothing happening.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I don't know. I'm excited. Either way they go with it, I think it's great. I loved how June came flying in there, or I guess it was Tomo, right? Because she was like, "Hey, like I know something's wrong. Like they're my friends too. I'm going to go fight.
Yeah.
And then again, the guy we don't know when he came back and then she's like changing and he's like, just what did you do to her? And
yeah, that
like,
was amazing.
About to kill the guy.
Yeah. That was really good. Carol, there's a moment with Carol where Misuzu says with the boys when Carol first shows up, I have no idea, I'm not affiliated with her at all, to try and protect Carol. And Carol takes it personally. And so Misuzu almost goes like, you're kind of somewhat like a friend, and almost says it. And then Carol's face like turns around like very happy when she's like previously pouting. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. Man. I will say the animation in this whole episode, both segments, was nuts. Like there was some super high tier animation for this episode. Yeah. It's not as crazy as the animation we got in Buddy Daddies, because that was weirdly ridiculously good. But
I know, dude.
But it was really good.
It's wild.
Better animation than I thought we'd get from Tomo-chan. It doesn't need good animation to be good, to be honest. It's you know,
yeah,
it's good without it, but it's getting pretty solid quality animation and a freaking banger of a soundtrack. It's doing good.
It's doing good.
It's doing good.
That being said,
yep. Comments, right?
I get if there's some goodies.
Nope. Dingirth. Is that how you say that? Dingirth 1.
Okay.
All right. This squishy bitch, which is something Misuzu calls Carol.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, there's a part where Tomo imitates Misuzu, or Carol imitates Misuzu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's me, Harry. Says that impression was a little too good.
It was good.
And then she says. What she says, it was what Aristus 555 here quotes and goes, I will slaughter you socially.
Again, very, very fitting.
I'll close it out with this one. Underscore Bex underscore. Curl with a taser is more terrifying than what should be possible. Okay. Yeah. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's 9 out of 10 to me.
Yeah. I'd say that's literally what I'd give it. 9 out of 10 is perfect.
I'll be clear. That might be the lowest rating we see all week. Like everything this week is really good.
Yeah.
It's really hard to turn down any of this. It's really hard to not recommend any of this anime. Like this is stuff that I would be like, hey dude, like there's top tier anime this year. Here's 4 animes for you to start looking at and watch. They're all going to pay off well.
Yeah.
I hope. Right now, they all are. But
so far.
That's this week so far.
Yeah. All right.
What said 9 also?
9 also, for sure. Yeah.
My Hero?
Even 9.2, maybe 2.5.
9.25. Ooh, that's a clean cut.
But yeah, let's go on to Bluelock. No, just kidding.
My Sloppy Academia.
My Sloppy Academia. All right, Bluelock.
No, My Hero Academia.
Oh. My Hero Academia, episode 134, The Lovely Lady Nagant. All Might is attacked by... What the fuck? All Might is attacked, but through his sheer will, he is able to endure and move on. Question mark?
I have no idea how to describe that actual moment. Like,
yeah. He faces off, he gets almost exploded, and then faces off against 2 or 3 criminals. And he's like, I'm not gonna let Deku die. Or the only way like Deku gets hurt is when I'm dead. And then they flash away. Yeah. And I guess he
gets away.
Beat them up or something. I don't know. Deku, you do know, but it's okay. Deku fights Lady Nagant and wins while also saving Chisaki. Yeah, all right.
Chisaki, yeah.
Hawks and the team show up in the end. Oh God, a bit late.
Albeit
a bit late.
Or albeit, whatever way. Either way is correct.
A bit late.
I guess an older word, I guess. This episode, just chef's kiss.
It's like
just excellent. Just an excellent episode. And like All Might's standoff against those villains, that was kind of cool, honestly. That might have been like one of the most intense moments of All Might, like dominating someone with his will ever. You know, like that's crazy.
Did he dominate them with his will?
Yeah.
Or is that briefcase that he keeps taking along with him?
All his dildos are in there.
Some what?
Some support dildos. I don't know. Something the team moved up. I don't know.
That's good. You're saying crazy things because I'm onto something. The briefcase is like a super suit that makes him be able to use his powers still.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or is it a serum?
No.
Or...
No, it's none of those things.
It might be.
No. No. Absolutely not.
You can say no, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna believe that.
Like,
I'm gonna believe that until they prove me wrong.
Like clothes and food in there.
Nah, until they prove me wrong, that is what I believe is in there.
Okay.
Because he's like, I'm not gonna let Deku die because I'm good. He's an old man. He's brittle. He's got to do something. He's not dominating with his will.
Yeah, that's what he did to those guys. He looked at them and was like, I am here. That's the All Might that showed up and put them down, dog.
I don't know, man.
Even without his muscular body. That was cool.
Muscular body.
Anyways, we move on to our actual fight.
Yes.
Which takes up basically the rest of the episode.
Yeah, it's boring.
No, the fight's really good, actually. I was really happy about it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
We learned about another quirk.
Airwalking.
No, Fajin.
I'm kidding, yeah.
So Fajin kind of works exactly like Finks's cannon arm in Hunter x Hunter.
It's true.
Based on the amount of like revolutions you do in your arm, or like based on this like movement you can store in your legs, and then it comes out explosively. It's that same kind of concept.
Yeah.
With your legs though, Deku can use it like hyperspeed, and it's super cool.
So, is it cool?
Yes.
Why?
It's simple. It's cool. I don't know. Wait, no, wait. Well, I'm sorry. Let me first ask you, why isn't it cool? Because I sense something here.
Because he already has like super speed in his legs. Like he's already been able to do this without this like kind of thing. Like that was the whole thing, is he's fast as shit.
This is faster though.
I know this is faster, but the fact that like two people's quirks are going fast, cool. That's what I'm saying. Because he,
I mean,
you know, or is the super strength why he's going super fast?
One for all isn't super speed. One for all is like this massive energy stored in your body now that really enhances your physical abilities.
Yeah.
Now, most commonly we see that through his combat of like punching, right?
Yeah.
But he can move fairly fast too. But he's not like, I don't think he's like, Fajin is a different, like Fajin is outrunning bullets. Like that's what that's doing.
Got it.
Like Fajin is as we see like later on in this episode, like it is a level of speed that you don't just. Like, I don't think you can just attain. Like, if you're outrunning bullets, you're outrunning everything in the world.
You know what's funny?
What?
Is I do think it's cool.
Okay.
I'm just testing you.
Okay. I think the idea of like storing up energy and popping it out like that, and it's part of the reason why I love Finks so much in Hunter x Hunter, is that's such a basic ass nen ability, but like the potential of it is like, and like every other ability he has, like it's all very simple stuff. What's Black Whip? It's a whip that can latch onto stuff. Yeah. What's Float do? You float. Well, you know, what's Smokescreen do? I pop out some smoke. What's Danger Sense do? I know when danger's coming. You know,
Spider-Man.
All of his quirks are incredibly simple. Like compared to anyone else's quirk, it's so simple. And like you look at like a Ida who has jet legs, right? Well, it turns out there's this whole thing where you have to pull off the mufflers to have them grow back in stronger. Like that's a whole thing that will that's a level of complexity none of Deku's quirks have.
He has to pull out his muffler legs?
You remember when he pulls the pieces of metal out of his legs? Ida does?
Kind of. It's been a long time.
He does that in season 5, I think, or 4.
He just like rips it out for fun?
He rips them out and there's blood too in it. Yeah.
What?
It's like during a training segment.
And he's like I need to get stronger, bro. Put the Dodge Charger in.
As long as the mufflers are on there, it's like it actually curbs some of the output.
He should put those mufflers that are like...
Yeah, that was the appropriate response to what I just said. Totally.
What'd you say?
It's nothing. Doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. So like
he'd be a really annoying roommate. Actually,
me?
No, not you.
Tenya?
Everything's about you.
Tenya Ida?
Yeah.
No
dude,
way.
Because whenever he snores, it's like.
I don't think he snores, dude. I think he's like as quiet as he is in real life. Very, very. I don't know if this is like a conversation we need to really have too much, but honestly, I think if anyone snores, it's gonna be Bakugo or the guy that eats all that sugar. Sugar Rush, that guy.
Bakugo, these nuts, dog.
Bakugo, these nuts, dog. Again, not really an appropriate response to what I just said, but if jokes work for you, Joel.
My bad. What did you say? That was serious.
No, Bakugo, my nuts is not a serious response.
No, I know, but you said Bakugo. And
I
then
think he'd
stopped.
be the snorer. Anyways.
Yeah.
I think Fajin's really cool. And
yes.
I you know, in the reality of this episode, we learned that Nagant was a hero that went too far.
Yeah.
And killed kind of like how Hawks did.
Right. But she killed a lot.
She killed a lot. And then she actually turned her back on the organization.
But that's the thing, dude. I love this show for like going there and then also kind of being, because it's like, I want Deku to grow and change too. And there's a part of me that's like, yeah, like he is kind of a superhero that doesn't really see the dark side, but I think that he will. And I think he'll probably.
I think he is now.
Spoiler alert, I think he'll probably still choose good at the end. I mean, they could not do that. That would be crazy. But, I think that it's very interesting to add these elements where it's like, hey, like I used to be working for good, because like evil is evil a lot of times, right? And especially now they're just making like one for all is just he's just evil to be evil,
all
right?
for one,
all for one. So it is cool to see some of these people that have like different perspectives as well than just like let's just kill people because why not,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
And then she blows up.
I will say that My Hero dropped one of the most fire chapters last week. I think it was the 23rd. And that is a moment I cannot wait to be animated. But we aren't going to see that for another season. So
yeah. Actually, we probably will never get. I think they're going to cancel the anime.
That'd be so weird if they canceled this show. This episode's
like
animation.
Not enough people are like this show. No, just kidding.
Also, the animation for this episode,
it was good.
Very good.
Yeah. It wasn't like top tier, I felt like, but it was good. There was never a time where I was like, "That's bad."
Yeah. There were like a couple standout scenes, and it's the typical scenes when a new animator comes in or whatever comes in and does something crazy.
Yeah.
So like when he does his Fajin, when he saves Chisaki, that's pretty cool.
Yes, that was cool.
But that's not even the prettiest moment. When he black whips onto the roof and then bounces back towards her, that's when it's prettiest.
Yeah,
I also think when she shoots at him and he just disappears, also really pretty.
Yeah.
And that's how fast Fajin moves.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, dude. It is cool.
You got to realize, like, you know what's even crazier to think about is, like, the actual amount of time that passed when she shot her rifle was bing, bing. And then after that second bing, Deku was already saving Chisaki.
Yeah.
Like, and then he bounces back to her and destroys her gun. So I think that all happens probably in like 3 seconds.
Which was her arm, which is pretty crazy. He just absolutely obliterated her arm.
And there's bleeding. That was weird to see a bleeding gun barrel.
Yeah.
Anyways, excellent episode. Very excited. Yeah. Chisaki is saved. He almost dies, but
and then she blows up.
She blows up though, and that's the saddest part about this is that she blows up.
I mean, she might be not dead
because
she might be dead.
No, because so. She betrays All for One because she ends up giving him some information because Deku beats her, and she's kind of like, as Deku has on everyone, a positive effect of, hey, maybe you don't need to be a villain. And so she kind of turns back a little bit to good, I think. And because of that, another quirk inside her goes off and blows up. So All for One had put a failsafe inside her.
That's so crazy that he can do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet you he could do it. I bet you. I don't know the specifics of that, but I'm wondering if it was like a quirk that blows up on a condition, or if it's like
that means
him
he
remote
could do that to
or is he remote detonating her?
Everyone.
That's the question. That's the question. Yeah, the manga hasn't. I'll be very clear. This is not a thing in the manga at all. This is just a question I think I kind of have about.
This part isn't in the manga.
The explanation for this explosion beyond the fact that it's All for One who put it in there. Like that's all you'd ever get told. So I was like wondering, is it like an actual quirk that blows up when a condition's met, or does he like have a I guess a remote?
Like is he always like listening or something?
Does he have a trigger he can quote unquote press? You know, I don't know. That's the thought I want to know. But because if it's like he has a quirk he can put in people that just blows up, well, he only has one quirk,
right?
But if he can just remote detonate people. That's way more terrifying to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So I wonder if he puts that on her when he put the airwalk in her.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Good episode. Very clean. Had a lot of good emotional moments.
Amazing
Felt
episode.
Like it went a lot of places. So
yeah. Yeah. I thought it was an amazing episode. Did we do comments?
Yeah. What do people say about it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You think anyone liked this episode? Or you think it was a doo-doo episode?
No. People liked it. It's got 27,000 likes on it. And the previous episode only has 25. So at least more people are interested in that than the last one.
Did you say 27 to 25? That's like only 2,000.
And then before that is like 31.
You thought it was way lower than 25.
I thought it was going to be a little lower than 25, but it's still going up. It's only been out 3 days, so it could still go up for the next week.
True.
Les Loud 11. Like if you enjoyed the fight. I'm only saying this one out loud because I really enjoyed the fight, but this is getting old.
What is getting old?
Those kind of comments. Like if you like this. Yeah, that's why I liked the video.
Yeah.
All right. Digimon 33880, welcome back.
What's up, my friendo?
All Might. If something ever happens to him, it's going to be because I'm dead. If that's not the coldest line All Might had dropped in this series, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a really cold line, for sure. Damn, All Might is a badass. Him stepping scared the villains. That was ARYXN.
Oh, you're getting canceled, dude. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. That's the name of the
the
user,
cultist.
So.
Oh.
Macross V3, Lady Nagant is hot. That has 3,000 likes, guys.
I mean, hey, like it.
Like it. I think I did like it, actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think I did like it.
Zularut. That scene at the end, ... chills. That's the one thing we didn't talk about. The post-credit scene. Where it's Deku.
There's a post-credit scene?
No, it's the preview for the next episode. But Deku's narrating it. And the last words he says is, "Don't worry, I'm fine." Not, "Don't worry, I'm here." So it's just like very much a shift in tone from normal Deku. But that's what that comment was referring to. "Don't worry, I'm fine." Sounds like he's overdoing it.
Yeah.
And that's probably the last one I'll do, unless there's another funny one I can find real quick. My man Deku is literally Spider-Man. Les Loud 11, welcome back again.
It's true. He is Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, 10 out of 10 for me.
Deku man.
The soundtrack came back in full this week.
I will give this a 9.5.
Higher than Tomo.
I'm going to give this a 9 just 9 now.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean
9.5.
Okay. I mean, like, you didn't sound too fire about it.
The 0.5 is this. It's my hero. Just kidding.
I don't know where you're at.
No, I don't know, man. Like, I did not. There's a part of me that really, I think it was the music. The music didn't do it for me this episode.
It didn't?
No,
I mean,
not as much.
It did it for me. It was like they brought it back this episode. It was kind of nice.
Yeah.
But that's why I gave it a 10 instead of like a 7 or a 6 or a 3.
That's fair.
This music was there.
Yeah. 9.5, baby.
9.5 for you, 10
so
for me. Right on, dog.
Yeah, it's good. It was a really good episode.
Well, we got more to talk about. We're only halfway through.
Yeah.
Buddy Daddies, episode 8, Nothing Take, Nothing Find.
Ooh.
Ray leaves home all suited up. He heads to his family home. His dad tells him to return home for good, but Ray isn't ready yet. In turn, his dad hands him an assignment, his former mentor. Our possible antagonist drives Ray to him. Ray clashes with the mentor, eventually winning, but not without its cost on Ray's mental health. Kazuki comes to pick him up and take him home to celebrate his birthday.
Beautiful.
Yes. So this episode,
it was
not gonna lie,
so good.
Also really good. It's also like the most serious the show's taken itself, which I hope it keeps doing. Except for last episode was also pretty serious. I'm not gonna lie. These last 2 episodes were actually top tier. This episode, so Ray's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Is that who we saw in the flashback that one time?
Yes.
Not,
and he said, "You're not my." No. It was his dad because he calls him boss, and they said, "Dad." And he's like, "You don't call me dad here. I'm your boss."
Yeah. Super messed up, by the way. Seems like a very healthy father-son relationship.
Yeah, really good.
But so that happens, and then he gets an assignment. I thought I was trying to remember if it was the character on the assignment was the guy we saw in the flashback, or if it was dad. Because I thought we had met this guy before.
I guess we have, but I'm trying to remember from where.
I don't think we have. I think
no, because
I think just Ray knows who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was someone who taught Ray how to hunt.
Yes.
And how to kill.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, it's probably the guy from the flashback. It's definitely not. So, it's really kind of sad, to be honest, because like they don't ever really tell you too much about this guy. Like they tell you just enough. They tell you all you need to know as an audience member. You want to know more, but the show doesn't want to give you that. Like the show's very much keeping this just about Ray and not about Ray's history. Like Ray, it's like all about Ray's emotional state today. You know, and so they're not diving into history so much as like like bringing out different parts of Ray and like different struggles he's dealing with. You know, like apparently like he wants to go or he's trying to collect himself or build himself up before he comes back to it or something like that. Like apparently it seems like Ray is on a vacation or something.
Yeah, it almost kind of reminded me of when Fruits Basket, when they're like, sure, you want to go and live out in like
that's right, do karate.
You know, yeah.
It's
like go for it. And yeah, so it kind of just feels, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It was really heavy though. Like he was really curt with Miri in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. You know. Miri, adorable Miri, who had to go to the bathroom really early. Who I just realized has to climb up all those steps to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I guess.
Is her bedroom on the floor or the?
But no,
second story?
There's also a bathroom for sure downstairs.
So maybe she's actually on the second story sleeping.
Yeah,
never mind. I'm wrong. I thought I wasn't sure if it was in the bottom story or the top story.
Oh, okay, maybe that. Okay.
Yeah. So, how'd you feel about the fight itself? Or no, sorry, not that yet. Let's do the cab ride, the car ride. So that's probably our antagonist, right?
Yeah, over 1,000,000%, that's him.
That's gonna be our bad guy, with it technically, I guess, being Ray's dad, but I'm sure he's gonna be convinced otherwise at some point. But this guy seems like a cookie cutter, like based on his like why he likes to kill. You know, it's
dude,
like,
I mean, he's a serial killer for sure.
Dude.
The whole thing where he's like, I collect what people say right before
their final
they die.
words.
Yeah,
it's like that's so.
I mean, I'll be super honest. It's kind of badass.
It's super badass,
but
also
it's also
so evil, dude.
So evil.
It's so evil, man.
Like,
and like he wanted
that's
to.
a good bad guy.
And like, here's the deal.
I wish he was drawn a little bit more interesting because he's very basic, and I feel like they're doing that on purpose.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Like the mentor betrayed the organization, wherever the organization is. We don't know what the betrayal was. Even the guy in the car who we don't get a name for, I think. Even he says it doesn't matter. Like why he betrayed. Like whatever. You know, we're just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And like the darkest part of this was like through whatever thing happened, the mentor who was the target they're gonna go kill had betrayed the organization and was now dating a girl. Or married, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was dating.
And
I don't know.
the guy driving the car, our possible antagonist, murdered the girl.
Yeah,
like the lady. She wasn't a girl; she was a lady. And you just see a photo of her, like with her head, like she's shot in the head, and you're like, "Damn, dude."
I know it got way dark. I mean, the show does that sometimes, where it just goes like boom, dark. You're like,
shit,
whoa,
dog.
Dude.
Well, remember
again, it's about
the dog?
a kid.
Yeah, the dog.
I know. Well, yes.
And then you're like, this guy wants to collect the final words and put them next to each other in his book, and you're like, oh my gosh,
I can't
dude.
believe you said the dog after that.
Yeah,
a human is dead, and you're like, the dog.
Well, I'm just trying to pull out other dark moments. You know, like the dog was a dark moment also, right?
The dog was also a dark moment.
I'm not trying to say it was darker or not. All I'm saying it was a dark moment, dog. I'm not trying to make any kind of social statement here. I'm just talking.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
Social statement. Here's my social.
So that was like, holy shit, this dude's evil.
Wild. Yeah.
But now in like, so the fight was amazing, I thought.
I thought it was great.
It was
very well done, animated, good.
Oh my gosh. Once I got to the knife combat, I was like, wow.
Dude, this is kind of where Crunchyroll shines. Like, I feel like Licorice Recoil was the same.
Exactly. Well, remember when Majima disarmed Takeno?
Yeah.
Like when he was coming to the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. God. There's like scenes of that show I want to watch again.
Me too. I just want to see more Majima though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like more badass Majima.
That is fair.
Yeah, so the fight itself is super depressing the entire time.
Dude,
because like you can tell Ray doesn't want to do this. Ray probably could have killed this guy much earlier. It seems like Ray was holding back because he had a second gun on him the whole time. I wanted to point out the sound design for this show is underrated. No matter what you think about the sound design, the fact that they put two different gun sounds and two different models of guns and didn't just copy and repeat a gunshot,
it's crazy.
That is a nuts level of detail that you just don't usually see.
I know. I do. I think Crunchyroll's for sure. Like y'all on point on these like action. Like keep making these like gun action animes. You guys are killing it.
Like obviously a machine gun to a pistol sounds different, but two different kinds of handguns. Are you really going to go with that level of detail? Like no one asked you to do that. You know.
I feel like I would love them to make something kind of like Black Lagoon. So maybe a little bit less like cute and a little bit less like with kids. Like just make it like I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been a good, like, I don't know. I really think there really hasn't been any good like hardcore like action, but like modern action with like guns and stuff since I feel like Jormungand or whatever. Is that Jeremy? I went with the
modern day action with guns. You're saying?
I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe Banana. What is it called?
It's an
anime.
I mean, like
I don't know.
I don't usually watch those kinds of animes too much, to be honest.
Oh, that's fair.
So I wouldn't know.
Well, you just like Licorice Recoil, bro. That's like just a way toned down version of what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I thought Licorice Recoil was amazing, dude. It was top tier. I don't know if I'll watch it again, but I thought it was amazing.
Well,
maybe
one day.
Maybe a couple scenes here and there. No, I haven't done that. I never did that. I never did like that, like what I did with Bluelock. Like I got into Bluelock way too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fight's great. It's also depressing as hell.
Yeah.
So the way that the way that Ray ends this, he shoots him in the leg when he's charging him with a knife, and then I think he headbutts him or socks him, but he hits him really hard.
It's like almost like a shoulder,
or is it a shoulder tackle?
Yeah,
he shoulder tackles him. That's what he does, and it knocks him into this railing. And apparently Ray is so strong that the railing, while it looked rusted and not put together or not like stable,
it didn't look super stable.
Like as soon as he hit it, he started falling back through it. And he gets his last word, which is "I'll see you soon," which like there's got to be some more about Ray that we don't know for that to hit him. And like part of like my theory is that's going to deal with his mom a lot because we haven't seen a damn thing about Ray's mom.
Interesting, yeah.
But there's something about this kill that really, really stuck to Ray.
Yeah,
like he did not want to go home yet. He was not ready.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I thought that's interesting that you think that. See, we think different things. Because when he was going down, I was thinking he was just saying that about the girl that was shot.
Oh, that's what he's saying. He's saying it to
her. Okay, but you're saying that's going to affect him a lot.
Ray is hearing it, and it's doing something to him.
Got it.
Like that's all I'm saying. Sorry, not like he was saying it to Ray. That's definitely a take you could probably try and pull out of that, but I would still say no, probably not.
No, yeah, no. I was pretty shocked that they kind of went that dark, and then just like flip right around to being like cute with
Kazuki and Miri.
With Kazuki and Miri, and then just I don't know, man. The whole like.
It's actually his birthday.
Dad, it's your birthday, Papa.
Yeah, her singing happy birthday and then passing out
and falling asleep, and and you see him like smile, and you're just like, damn, dude. Because like after all that, like he's already not a smiley guy, and then he just went through probably the worst day ever, and then on like one of the worst days he's ever had, like this little girl that they've technically, I mean, I guess not legally, but technically adopted, is
kidnapped is the only real word. Okay, they kidnapped a girl. Okay?
If you really break this down,
I get it. We love it, but but they kidnapped a girl, and now it's a happy
Stockholm
family.
syndrome, kind of. It's like we kidnapped you, and it's like, well, these are my dads. They're like, they're not your dads. It's like, well, and guess what?
These are two assassins.
I'm curious if that will come up.
I don't know.
I'm curious if that's kind of the thing where at the end it's like they're exposed for like kind of what happened and what they are, and then she has to make a choice.
Here's what happens, man. Miri becomes the next assassin at the ripe age of 4.5 and starts shooting people with bullets. Sorry, guns. That's what happens.
Prodigy.
She's a prodigy. She starts killing people next episode.
Damn.
For sure. If it doesn't go there, we're dropping the show.
Okay.
Okay. That was a decision you made on your own.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I know.
It's good for their podcast.
Yeah. Otherwise, this episode,
very good.
Yeah, I was smiling a lot at the end of the episode with Miri. I was like happy because it was like a happy moment of seeing Miri, saying happy birthday, and then is Miri going to be the catalyst to where Kazuki and Ray become super tight friends? I don't know, but they're definitely going to like emotionally reveal themselves a lot more with her, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Want to do comments?
Let's do comments.
I think they're yours this time.
I think they're yours.
I'll do them. I know for a fact they're yours.
Caspian says, I am unapologetically horny for suited up Ray. That's fair. Witchy Stuff says, oh God, next week is going to be hell waiting for the next episode. And I don't agree with that.
You don't?
Nah, I mean, I don't care what happens next. It's still, to me, this is still episodic. Like, they're doing a ton of with, like, this is still my
we didn't
least. Tomo is probably usually, like, the least.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about the post-credit scene, which was, or the very end of the show, where Q-chan gets a letter from the possible antagonist.
Oh shit, you're right.
And it's a picture of
Miri
I lied.
This is a very I forgot about that myself. So that's a very good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that is very much like
so they know about Miri
there is
now.
a looming problem. And he's met Miri also.
Yeah.
So
oh no, dude. And then Garnet J said, he smiled. And then he also said, I came here for the goofball vibes now that I have anxiety. What the hell? Oh, now I have anxiety.
You didn't put a period there.
Yeah, my bad. And then he also said, fucking A, how does this person get like back-to-back likes? Ah, yes, my order of Ray backstory and found family appreciation development has finally been served.
Because they're all good comments, to be honest.
Yeah, they are
all
pretty
good comments. Like, good job, but all three are just good comments.
That's good. I mean, we'll say the ending got me shook for Easy Tortoise. So yeah. I mean, I did forget about that ending. That is true. It definitely adds more tension to the story, and I am excited to see how they address it. Is it still my most anticipated? Nope. Bluelock, duh.
Every day.
Now it's kind of like My Hero 2 because it got a little more interesting.
Yep.
And then probably be Buddy Days and then Tomo.
Yeah, I think it's always been Bluelock, My Hero, Buddy, Tomo for me. Yeah. So
I would rate this 4. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn.
This
after
is a 10.
last week's episode?
This is 10 out of 10.
Is it 10 out of 10 for you?
Yeah.
I think after having... I'm going to say 9.75.
Ooh.
And my only point of contention is that we've seen this guy on 4 separate occasions now.
We don't know his name?
And we don't know his name.
That's the mystery, dog.
And I don't think it's mystery at this point. I think we just want to know a name. So
I don't want to know a name.
I don't think we need. We might not even need a name, but we don't even have like a title. Like we don't even have like this guy will take you.
He's Hitman. That's his title.
No, it's okay.
Yes,
but
it is.
I'm just gonna knock a quarter of a point off because I really feel like this show needs to eventually tell me this shit. And it's like every episode's in. You're obviously like building him up as the antagonist. Give me a name. Just a name.
What if his name's like Garnak, the destroyer
Garnak
of worlds.
Ludguk.
Isn't that from something?
That's from Skyrim. There's probably a guy named Skyrim and Ludguk, or probably a guy named Ludguk in Skyrim or something like that. Lodrock is from Harry Potter or
Rock
Hogwarts Legacy.
Lobster.
There it is. All right. Final episode. You ready?
Are you guys ready for this?
Hell yeah. All right. Bluelock, episode 20, Super Link Up Play.
Super baby.
I guess this is also kind of a faster summary, too. Our boys begin their match with extremely slick chemistry, immediately scoring a goal. But Rin is really good and gets a goal back right away.
Yes.
The next play, Bachira is able to chemically react with these other players on his team and get another goal through Ryu, which is the tall glam guy.
Mm-hmm.
However, Nagi goes into God mode, though, and ties the game up, outplaying Rin in the process too.
Crazy.
So that's the entire episode.
Yeah.
It's 4 goals total. We're going to go goal by goal, basically, and we'll just go from there, okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So first goal is like kind of, which is never a good sign when our team starts out with the first goal. Usually that means we're about to get scored on a bunch, but we'll see how this match goes.
Well, they still got past Rin, so that...
They did. Well, Nagi is insane.
Yeah.
So the cool thing in this one is that Baro and Isagi devour each other.
Yeah.
Just like naturally.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh no way, this is something they can just do now.
Yes.
Like, oh cool.
Very honestly, I loved watching them again they're devouring off each other, but again they're playing together right now.
Exactly.
So it's very exciting.
So the way that I think, and like there's something to say, dude. I think the way that they are going to play is very. They compete with each other.
Yeah, so they're hyper aggressive, which is helpful for attacking.
Right, exactly. But like also really cool.
It is also very cool
and very satisfying to watch.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
And I can't wait to see the moments where Baro wins versus the moments where Isagi wins. You know.
I just don't know. This is such a crazy. Okay, go goal 2.
Well, they launch the ball to Nagi, who does a midair pass that's just downright stupid. It can't be possible. It probably actually is, but whatever. And then Chigiri ends up scoring the goal with his super speed, outplaying in the very end. I think it's Ryu and Rin going for it, or it's the whiny guy in Rin. But he outplays them. He gets set through them faster than they get the ball and scores.
Again, because they probably don't think he's that fast.
Anything you want to say about in that first goal?
It was amazing, but I saw it coming.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Second goal it ends up being on Rin's team. They get this goal. And basically, Rin just outplays everyone.
Every single person.
And there's even this, later on, there's a discussion about how Rin and Sagi are basically the same, but Rin is just better in every area physically.
Right.
Like they're the same mentally.
Which I thought was like pretty cool how they're saying like Isagi's on his level like mentally.
Yeah, mentally. Like he's seeing what Rin's seeing technically, right?
Yeah.
But Rin's a better player. So this one is just Rin outplaying Isagi. Like, even though Isagi can tell exactly what's going on, how he got scored on, he can't keep up with Rin.
Right.
So that's what we learned about the second goal. And then basically we also learned that no one else could see how it happened. But Isagi was like, oh, I can tell you exactly how that happened.
Right.
Remember that part? That was that's just a cool thing also. Third goal is once again, it goes to our boys, but we lose it real quick. And what ends up happening is Bachira gets a hold of the ball. And chemical reactions start to take place. I also wanted to point out real quick that Baro's kind of matched on the guy that cries a lot, whines a lot, like Zenitsu.
The super, because he's like super strong and
like
I love how he's going like scary. It was a scary guys are.
And then his muscles are like getting bigger, like a Super Saiyan. And Baro's like, "What the heck is this?" You know?
Yeah.
It's like Baro's
the fact that Baro's shocked
a big guy.
is like more so like okay.
Baro's like a bigger guy. Like he looks like a bigger dude. Like I don't know how old Baro is, but he looks older. Like he looks like he's like an adult basically.
Yeah.
At this like 19, 18 probably compared to like Asagi at 15, 16, you know?
Probably, yeah.
So, or maybe Asagi's 8. I'm not sure how old everyone is, to be honest. But so Bachira creates a scenario where Ryu, the glam guy, is able to headbutt a goal right into the goal.
Yeah. And he's like, I've never done that before. Yeah. It's a new
chemical
reaction, baby.
Yep. And there's a comment I think that Isagi says it's, or no, maybe Nagi says it, like these guys that were just on a team together that were just doing their own thing are now playing together. It's kind of scary. And then you realize this is their second match only, and this is Isagi's fourth. So
yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, do you think they're gonna win now? We'll start with the last one, and then we'll get there. You still think? Oh, damn.
If Isagi doesn't win, I don't think there's room for any more. Like, there's not going to be a match after this that could be as important, because after this, Isagi's just building a team. He's not trying to overcome Rin anymore. Because if Rin gets to 5, it's over, unless Isagi gets brought in as the player. But I don't think.
Yeah, like why would you bring
in another guy that's worse than Rin? Right? You would probably take Nagi.
You would take Nagi for sure.
Yeah, who just really outplayed Rin in the very end. We'll get to that. So I don't think there's room for the show to go that way. I could be wrong. Maybe the show does defy my expectations, but I think Isagi wins.
Yeah, I think they win too.
For sure.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for Saturday.
So now the last goal. The best goal.
Yes.
So there's this thing that happens with Nagi. And Nagi goes God mode. And Nagi flashes back with this like crazy soundtrack and like this weird like
it was so well done.
Yeah, this drumbeat soundtrack where Nagi's like, yeah, I'm sorry that I had to be this. And he even like apologizes to Ryo in his mind. You're like, what the heck? And you're like, this is weird. And then like he like makes terms with like letting go of Ryo, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
He says like this is fun for me, and like it's like something that he's like really like the monster in him is again becoming awakened.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying it. And he thinks Asagi is the person to kind of bring him to the next stage.
Which he definitely is.
And he is, yeah.
So this goal plays out very, very, very cool, honestly. So it plays out where, like, I don't know how you do this because it looked like an arm ball almost, or a handball almost in the slowdown. But what I'm thinking is he caught it on his, like, in between his, like, upper right thigh and, like, his waist right there.
Yeah, okay.
Like, that's where he caught the ball or
like
slowed down. So like Nagi gets past the ball, and Nagi Nagi makes the connection of like, oh okay, Isagi and Rin are seeing the same thing, but Isagi can't keep up with Rin physically. So Nagi goes, let me be there for you then. Let me be the guy that does that.
Yeah, if you can't be him physically, like I can, I will be that for you.
Yeah, which is so cool. Such a moment when he sprints out and everyone notices it.
Yeah.
Asagi, and then like Nagi goes, notice me. Like this is a split-second decision that Asagi adapts to, which is just nuts, by the way. But Asagi rebuilds himself with the puzzle pieces in that moment when Nagi jumps forward. So like, just he's a supercomputer at this point. I really feel like
it kind of is like that.
Yeah,
right?
It's insane how fast his mind moves. But I think he catches it on like his waist, psychs out Rin, so Rin misses it, and then just scores.
Yeah,
and it's amazing. It's like really, really cool because you're like, holy shit! Like,
I mean, the fact that he beat Rin is just like, you know, it's. Again, I watched like that part like probably 3 or 4 times.
That's me too. And especially with the gunshot sound effect of catching the ball.
Yeah.
So, I think what's really impressive about this show as a whole right now is just like this match is definitely like Asagi versus Rin. Like that's how it feels, right? Because that's what we've been kind of, I guess, shown as the audience of like Asagi's distaste for losing to Rin and now his utter like determination to beat him, right? Like that's all we've usually seen. So, like, I just don't expect other players to evolve on the field while that's happening. Like, I just expect, like, this to be a match of, like, everyone versus everyone. But mostly Asagi versus Rin. So, when Nagi, like, started to evolve, I was like, oh, shit, dude, what is happening?
Yeah.
And which means I feel like Baro's got to come up soon. Or, I guess, I mean, Chigiri just got his.
Well, I think Asagi will be the last. I think Asagi probably gets goal number 5.
Yeah.
And like probably outplays Rin or something, or Rin or Bachira or both. I just
wish it would happen this next episode, and I know it's not going to happen.
It is.
No,
you don't think so?
No, it's not going to finish next episode. No.
What?
I think it's going to get to goal. It's going to be 4-4 by the end of the next episode. I promise you.
That is fair. I feel like it's going to be that's on par to kind of what they're doing.
It's going to be the same way that the game with Team Y versus Nagi, Rayowens, and Tetsu. How that was 3 episodes long.
You're right.
It's gonna be the same thing, I think.
Sorry for the yawn, everybody. Fuck. Yeah, you're right.
But I just don't know how we're gonna get to because I really think Rin evolves in this match also.
Damn.
To be honest, I think Rin evolves.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
I think Bachira also evolves though.
But then, like, how are they gonna win?
That's 2 goals right there. Bachira evolving and Rin evolving would be 2 goals. And then Baro evolving and then Asagi evolving would be 2 goals. Or Baro evolving and Chigiri evolving would be 2 goals. And then it would be Asagi in the last goal. I just don't think Muscle Boy and Glam Guy are going to really go too much further, to be honest.
You don't think so? Yeah, they kind of do seem like
if they do get more development, it probably won't. I just don't know if it'll be in this match. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass, but that's what it feels like.
You ass talker?
You talk asser. I love this episode so much.
This
episode was amazing. I had edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I feel like every single episode I've been on the edge of my seat, and then now this is the fight for our boy, and I want him back on the team, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next.
Yeah,
I just want more.
The only complaints you really could have about this show that I think are even justifiable is just the animation quality, the bounce back between 3D.
That and supposedly it's not doing the manga as much of justice as the manga community wants.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, well. So. James isn't watching it, so he hasn't. Oh, we don't know his opinion because he didn't watch the anime.
I talked to him about it today.
Did you?
That's what I'm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's saying that it's just not as like thorough. Like, you know, he's like some pages are, and he said a lot of times like the animation in like the drawn out like shots and all the cool moves are almost like you know. Like superpowers and shots and stuff, whereas in the show it's not really like that.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more toned down.
I'm okay with that personally. I don't want the Prince of Tennis route again.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I also, I love the anime. I'll keep watching it no matter what, even if we read the whole thing. Like, this has been legitimately some of the most fun and like just tension in my body that I've had watching a show in such a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to read it from the top once I finish this season.
Yeah.
I'm going to start from the very beginning because I just want to, I don't know if it's on Manga Plus or not.
No, I think we'll have to find it. I looked.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not on there.
But
I want to read it from the start.
All right, you guys ready for this shit?
Comments time.
What's your comments? 24 Vix says, Bluelock is the reason I look forward to each Saturday. Honestly, I have no idea what I'll do with myself once season 1 is over. And I agree. I feel like it has been one of my... Yeah, there's a lot more. There's going to be a lot more to watch, so we'll be good. But It is one of those things where I'm like, what am I going to fill my Saturdays with? Because you never know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when Demon Slayer is going to be coming out, and I don't know when. What's the other? There's like a few other ones. Let's see. So this is again a question that I don't know, bro. This rematch is fire. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Asagi's team is better compared to Rin's team. I just don't see them winning. That's by Amandariz765. And yeah, it's really hard. I really don't know. To me, I think it probably will go exactly what you're saying because it does make more sense for the progression of the story.
Right.
But to me, I'm also wouldn't be surprised if it gets derailed a little bit too. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My theories are going to win still.
I think they're going to win. Yeah. I'm with you. It's way more likely that they'll win.
I mean, so what's this? This is episode what, 20?
Yeah,
I think it's episode 20.
Yeah.
So that there's between 4 to 6 episodes left. If we have 2 more episodes of that would leave us with a 2-episode closeout. That's possible. But if we have 26 episodes total, and we have 4 episodes left over, there's room for another match. That's the question, I think.
Yeah.
But I also think there's going to be a lot of lore dumps at the end of the season 1.
There might be kind of like catching us up on who made it, who didn't make it.
Yeah. I hope we can go over all the teams,
Speaking of 20 episodes, No Longer Human says, can't believe we're at episode 20 already. It felt like it just started. And it really does feel like
yeah, but the show's moving at a breakneck speed, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only like a week into that Bluelock actually, like them in the actual facility. Maybe it's longer than that. Maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't know.
All I want is Isagi and Bachira to make out.
Is that a comment?
No, I missed me saying that.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all we got, folks.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm debating between a 10 and a 9.75 with the hit being the animation.
Well, we know it sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck, but they just add some dumb shit to it. I'm going to give it a 10. Easy.
Yeah. I'm going to go 10.
10. I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to go 10. Yep.
What's your anime of the week?
My Hero Academia. Uh-huh. But that was the conclusion of a fight. And this is the beginning of a fight. Is it really?
No.
It's not. It's
Bluelock. Fucking Bluelock.
It's Bluelock. Yeah. That comes down to really like the fight ended with My Hero Academia and the fight started with Bluelock. And so like we had the benefit of having a conclusion.
That's fair.
And
that is true.
And that's always the more satisfying thing, I think, for me. Like, I loved this episode of Bluelock, but it was a start. It's a start.
Yeah.
It's not a finish. So
I get that.
That's the real differentiator here. Also, like, I think it to me knocked down a 0.25 for the animation would be fair if I did that. I'll stick with the 10, but only barely. It's only barely a 10.
Okay.
Whereas My Hero is a full 10. 10 out of 10.
10.
It's done.
10 out of 10.
That's done.
It's done.
Okay. That's our episode.
We did it.
That means you know what you got to do now?
Please rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yes.
Like us on Instagram or follow or whatever it is. And then we have YouTube now and we do streaming as we talked about. So we're not going to talk your ear off. But we love you guys and we appreciate you guys. There's been a lot more subscribers than we thought to our Spotify at least. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty surprising. So thank you, everyone who just listens and enjoys this content. We hope to keep making more of it for you. And if you guys ever have any suggestions on things that you would either want changed or that you like, I mean, can't promise because, we're going to do whatever the fuck we kind of want. But at the same time, we also like making people happy. And if it's something that we would be willing to try and, we're going to do it. So also Tuesdays streaming at between 7 and 8, probably more 8 now because of my work schedule.
Yeah,
so,
it'll be consistently around 8 on Tuesdays.
Though. That seems to probably be what it'll be.
And we'll notify you if we don't end up doing it. But we'll be doing it every week. We at least want to get through all of Kuon, and I don't think it's a long game, so we'll probably get through it in a month or so.
Yeah.
But join us.
Join us.
We love you so much. Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.